Justice League Dark issue 20 heads to LA, where at the offices of the movie studio Waters and Williamson, the fungus-covered studio executive Martin Sellis heads into work, killing a delivery man as he heads to the roof. Close by, Buddy Baker gets his usual morning coffee, heading outside where he sees Martin on the rooftop about to jump. The man doesn't, however, as his fungus-covered head explodes, spreading the fungal spores and alerting Buddy that something is not right in Los Angeles. Later in the city, Justice League Dark and Animal Man battle the horde of the fungal-infected people. Animal Man says that it's a cordyceps infection and it's taken over the people's minds, something he has never seen infect a human before. Wonder Woman asks where they are all marching to, but Buddy knows they need to keep away from tall places, otherwise they could explode and spread their spores even further than they already have. Detective Chimp knows that they are headed to the tallest building in Los Angeles, so Buddy grabs him, racing up the tallest building, the Wilshire Grand, as the horde soon follows. Diana knows that it won't matter what plans they have until they figure out why this is happening. Buddy calls in his bird friends to attack the horde, but he soon becomes weak, having felt a change in the red thanks to the balance shifting, knowing this is the work of the Parliaments, who are currently at war. He knows that they need to find the other Guardians as he scratches his spore-infected neck, learning that the Floronic Man is at the Hall of Justice. That just leaves them to find Abigail Arcane. In the dreaming of decay, a young Abigail climbs one of the trees, knowing the robins are nesting in it. She knows she's not meant to do that, picking up the mangled, gruesome mess of birds. Seeing this, Abigail knows that something is wrong and it scares her, causing her to slip and fall from the tree, hearing someone call out her name. At the Hall of Justice, Zatanna and Dr. Fate work to stop the spread of the fungal infection, as well as the other floral outbreaks across the world. Kent knows that this can't be the other kind doing this, and it's something fundamental that is playing with magic that lies at the root of the world. Khalid, meanwhile, is accused by Nabu that he did this for his need of chaos, but the boy says that chaos is part of the world, just like how order is and magic is healing itself, so there are bound to be some hiccups. Nabu says that the new rules are being made while the healing continues, and Khalid knows nothing, since new rules are always written in blood. Coming out of the dreamscape, Khalid has had enough, demanding Nabu help him and his friends understand these new rules and bring order to the chaos. Meeting Kent and Zatanna, Khalid tells him that it's the Parliaments that are doing this and there is a way to bring them back into balance. Kent wants to know how Nabu knows these things, so Khalid puts on the helmet, having Nabu regale him with how the 5 Parliaments were formed at the dawn of humanity and how they are governed by them and must gather them all to conduct a ritual that will bring them back into balance. Constantine joins the group, wondering what the catch is since there's always a price when magic is involved. Dr. Fate says that the ritual requires the cooperation of all of the Parliaments and their guardians, which John knows is next to impossible. Fate leaves to prepare the ritual, so it's up to Constantine and Zatanna to find the other guardians, which John knows isn't going to be easy at all. Underneath the hall, John and Zatanna visit Floronic Man's cell, hoping that he is being treated well enough. Woodrue tries to attack the mocking John as Zatanna asks him if he has anything to do with what is happening outside, but he tells her that it's the Justice League Dark's fault since they watched the Parliament of Trees burn and unleashed forces beyond all knowing, so the Parliaments don't trust anyone anymore, breaking the balance and causing them to fight for their own survival. Woodrue says that he will help them, however, if they set him free, but Zatanna says that she could just compel him to do it with her magic. However, Floronic Man knows that everything comes at a cost. Zatanna refuses to cut him free, saying because John does deals and compromises is why they are there in the first place and why her father is dead. Zatanna says that she won't waste the chance Diana has brought them, so they will find the other Guardians before dealing with Floronic Man, meaning they just need to find the Guardian of the Rot, Abigail Arcane. John isn't too happy about this, dropping his cigarette as he leaves with Zatanna. However, the smoke from the cigarette morphs into John, who says that he will make a deal with Woodrue, and if he does everything John says, then he can go free at the end of this. Woodrue doesn't think that he can do this, but John says that he will manage. In Los Angeles, the Justice League Dark hold back the Horde from accessing the rooftop of the Wilshire Grand Hotel, while Khalid, Ken, and Zatanna and John venture out to find the Guardians needed for the ancient rite. Floronic Man meanwhile finds a fly, which melts onto his finger, speaking his name and growing into a black mass, saying Constantine will betray him. Woodrue cowers in a corner away from the mass, saying that he did everything it told him to. The Being is glad since their arrangement is still good and Woodrew's fungal gift has already worked wonders. The Being knows it's difficult for him being trapped here, but soon he will be free and they will both be able to exact revenge. Justice League Dark issue 20 was a really cool beginning to a new story for the team as Animal Man makes his return to help out the Parliaments. Buddy's return was kind of my favourite since he's just there. There isn't a grand entrance or the team don't call him in when they're on their last legs. He's just there from the start, and I appreciate that since it leaves more time to explore the cool cordyceps infection that the team have to deal with, very much like The Last of Us. John Constantine was also really great this issue as well, again going behind the team's back and making dangerous deals with the Floronic Man and other evil entities. So I'm excited to see how that throws a wrench into the Justice League Dark's plan on bringing the Parliaments back together, since there's definitely some open spots on the Parliament at the moment, specifically the Rot, so it'll be interesting to see who gets that spot, and maybe even bring back Swamp Thing into that spot and do a really cool Swamp Thing Alec Holland-like story. I'm looking forward to where this arc's going to go, and I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.